Hey, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. So, you're probably thinking, I'm talking about Mashoko Tensei, or maybe Sword Art Online, or maybe some of these other Isekai garbage pails that you guys refer to as the best. But no, I'm not speaking of such things. You would be wrong, you very feeble mortal. And I just finished Grimgar of Fantasy in Ash, and that is the king of Isekai. Grimgar is a light novel adapted into an anime. The author is Ao Juijima. Totally butchered that. Oh well. And a dark fantasy isekai. It was a 12-episode delight, though I didn't like the dub, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. You know how it happens. This is a 12-episode close-up into the realities of being sucked into a new world, figuring it out from there. We follow a party, and this party is at first bewildered at how useless they all pretty much all are in some sort of way, except for their main leader, Minato, who ends up being, well, the catalyst for great changes in the near future because of his absence. This anime does it all right and correct, and from the bottom of my heart, I mean, this is the king of Isekai. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, it does not do the same thing as Mashoko Tensei. The world is not as grandiose and beautiful as it is shown in a lot of other isekai that try to at least take account for their settings. What Grimgar does the most important, and what I herald, is create the drama, the honesty, and has the emotional capacity that showcases a new life in a new world. What Grimgar does better than most isekai animes is it has the ability to make us care, and it has the ability to set us in a world, and it doesn't necessarily fill us up with everything. It gives us an understanding of a world from a place where we can make understanding of all of it. What sets Grimgar aside is its ability that we don't really care what happened to these characters before. They just woke up one day and they're in a new world. And I love this. I love that they basically can't remember it, but their bodies and minds somewhat have these mannerisms that they don't really remember, but they know they got it from somewhere. And it was showcased even in the dubbing, where they said certain things that they didn't really understand where they got it from. And also, a lot of their personality was just being built upon, and it's somewhat muscle memory, a lot of the things and who they are as people. It's just like waking up and you're 16 and you're like, whoa, what happened before? And you already are a person and they're interacting with their world. Grimgar does this with characterizations. We see different people unfold differently, and within our main characters, a lot of drama happens. I love how they're getting to know themselves while trying to get along with the world, and they're forced to be adventurers when pretty much we're not even sure if they really want to be adventurers, but they have to pay and take care of themselves. They have to get food. They have to have that urgency to go outside and figure it out. They don't have any time to sit there and cry and wallow in sorrows. Grimgar makes urgency of feeding themselves and dealing with the weight of having to live in this new world without any real person holding their hands. It makes it feel incredibly real. I have honestly gotten to the discussion with other people of if I could survive an isekai, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Grimgar is the one anime I want to show people. This is not easy. Killing is not easy. Doing all sorts of different things, doing skills, all this stuff, figuring out your life, going from 0 gold coins or 0 bronze coins to actually having money. Man, this anime just made everything seem so realistic and honest. It got into the mechanics of an isekai, and it built upon it, and it made it hurdles and how they have to murder to actually build a better life for themselves. And what this anime added on top of that was the character interactions within a party. A party is one of the most important fundamental pieces of an isekai, and I'm looking at you, SAO, you not having a party for most of this series when that's probably one of the most important parts of isekai and like fantasy is having a party and all working together in different temperaments, being able to be utilized correctly so we can survive and go home at the end of the night and fill our pockets. This anime did so many cool things that made sense. Honestly, it felt like I was watching co-workers try to get along and work and just do what they're trying to do. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was watching co-workers, but like put it in a fantastical sense and add killing. And I could genuinely see how this could unfold the way that it's unfolding. Grimgar is great for the very fact that it's a different take on isekai and it's a very close-up view. Everything is emotional. We deal with the monologues, we deal with the inner feelings of each characters and their interactions and how they dealt with each of each other throughout this. And I love that in the first episode they get right to it. They explain to you, hey, this is what this is what's going to happen, and our characters are not the strongest. We basically follow the main character, I guess the main-ish of the main characters, Haruhito, who ends up being a thief, and he ends up being the leader because their main leader ends up having his own absence. I'm not really going to spoil it because, hey, you know. This anime just has a lot of that conversation, those inner monologues, those inner moments of questioning themselves, trying to figure things out, and we see Haruhito's thoughts, we see how he deals with things, and he deals with the fact that he has to be the party leader after seeing someone be the better leader, and he knows he's not the best. And very often that doubt creeps into his mind, and he has to rally the troops, and he has to continue on because at the end of the day, they have to feed themselves. They have to keep shelter. They have to get better. They have to pay for their equipment. There's so many pieces that I just genuinely enjoyed about this anime.
そんなに叫ぶと息切れするだろう。せえな。これが俺の戦い方なんだよ。
This show just did isekai differently, and it felt like a breath of fresh air. It was so easy and approachable to watch, and some of those very worries I kind of deal with now as someone who works and goes to school and tries to learn. And I'm not even like the smartest or the best, but I have to figure it all out and I have to go from A to B. One of the other things I'm going to give this anime is where we begin is not where we end. This anime is proud to be an actual story that tells us how things are going to change, how things are going to be different towards the end of the anime. And I love that about this anime. This anime decided very much from the beginning, we are going to be a told story. And honestly, I hope it gets a season 2. I hope we get a continuation. I hope they brighten up the world and they make it wider. They make it bigger. I hope, like, this is one of those animes, if they did a season 2 very well, we could really see something that would just grow and be beautiful. And I'm kind of interested in seeing some of the source material, seeing where it goes, because I've heard a little bit. And I've just looked around at videos of people who have read it. This anime does it right, man. Like, this is the king of isekai for me. Now that we're towards the end of the isekai scroll and isekai is not taking over the world, I'm really excited that I watched this because this is something that came at the tail end of isekai, and I genuinely appreciate the story for what it unfolded into. And seriously, this anime, if there's so many different things I learned from it, to keep persevering, to have open communication, to work on your faults and problems, and to see things from different perspectives. And that's just normal day-to-day human stuff. This anime has some solid lessons for each of us. So if you've never heard of Grimgar, of Fantasy and Ash, you need to go check it out. This is the king of isekai, and I am dubbing it as such. No one can tell me any different, and I don't want to hear any conversation with anyone that says it isn't. But anyway, how do you feel? Like, comment, and subscribe. And listen to me telling you you shouldn't have an opinion, but you can like, comment, and subscribe your opinion. Anyway, peace and have a great day, and I appreciate you.